Hello, Tracy here. Today I want to talk about blind spots. Have you ever been driving your car and maybe you're reversing out of a parking spot and you thought that you looked closely and you're backing up and boom, an accident happens. And you're like, oh man, that must have been in my blind spot. Or you're driving down the highway and you're getting ready to merge and then you hear a horn honking and you get back into your lane realizing that you almost merged into somebody else because they were in your blind spot. So that blind spot is where you can see but you can't really see. The blind spot in us is we can see it if we take time and we want to see it. And let me give you a few examples. Let's just say that you go to your brother's funeral and you go to your brother's funeral wearing an all white translucent dress and some heels that look like you were just coming from the club. Basically looking like a street hoe, an old street hoe. And you have the nerve to get up in front of the entire church and tell everyone how you, standing in front of the entire church in your street hoe gear, led your brother to Christ. That's a blind spot. That's some energy you probably shouldn't even have put out there. Because, instead of sitting there getting up in front of everyone talking about how you did all of this and all of that and you were so important, if you were, you wouldn't have to. Another example of a blind spot. Let's just say that you're the type of person that thinks it's funny to be really cruel to people or to be evil to people or to do mean things to people. It's just really funny. It's cool. It's ha ha ha. I don't care. I have everything I want, everything I need, everything I could possibly want and need. But yet, your feelings get hurt when your husband leaves you or you guys break up because he's been cheating with someone else. You were married, but the inside of you was so ugly that it was no longer appealing to him. And so he went somewhere else with someone else who had something that was appealing. So you could see everything else, but you couldn't see your own blind spot. Or another example. Let's just say that someone bought you something. Someone was blessed with a brand new living room set. Brand new. I mean, after, I don't know, 40 years, they had that same living room set. So someone blessed them with a brand new living room set. But instead of you just being happy for that person getting a brand new living room set, you have to go to the other person who paid for it and tell that person it wasn't the right color. It wasn't really what they wanted. And they really don't like it anyway. And yet, at your house is looking broke, busted, torn down, and disgusted. being probably held by tape. That's silver tape. That is a blind spot. So basically, a blind spot is a time when someone is feeling jealous, envious, less than, like they are not enough. Those create blind spots. It's not someone else. The blind spot is within you. I have mine. You have yours too. But it's whenever we make that conscientious effort to say, hey, let me look at myself. Let me figure out my own blind spots. If I'm feeling a certain way, if I'm feeling a certain emotion, instead of me projecting that emotion on someone else, let me think about what it is that's my own blind spot that makes it so that it elicits that emotion. That way I'm taking responsibility for myself. Blind spots. Let's leave them for the automobiles and, those types of accidents. Let's not have them for us, how we act, interact, judge each other. Let's learn to look at ourselves first. All right, this is Tracy, and I look forward to seeing you next time.